So what is up everyone, my name is LittleMarMan and just recently we got a new preview trailer for their Eisendrache and a few of the multiplayer maps that are coming out in DLC 1. There's a lot that we can actually take from this trailer, and if you haven't seen it already, I can't actually play the audio for copyright reasons, so there will be a link in the description below or an annotation on screen if you are watching on a desktop or a laptop, so you can go and watch that trailer. It's definitely worth the watch and then come back on over here for the breakdown. So jumping straight into it, we get a glimpse of the gondola system, and I presume they have like Pack-a-Punch or something like to do with an Easter egg down the bottom of the actual gondola system. That's why we actually have to like move down from the top of the mountain range down to the bottom, and that's where Pack-a-Punch would be. And of course at the top left of your screen you can see that there are rockets there as well out in the middle of a field. And then moving on, we get a look at the upper deck of the castle. Probably is going to be a really good training spot as we progress and learn more about the map. Then we have a few more frames of zombies, and then now on the frame that's now frozen, in the bottom right you can see what appears to be a Wunderfizz machine. This could be a trap, but it does look like a inactive Wunderfizz machine from Origins, like what we got in Origins. Let me know what you think. And as you can see, there's sort of like a mechanism on top of it as well that wasn't there in Origins on the actual Wunderfizz machine, so that leads me to believe that it might actually be some sort of trap, some way of firing rockets down onto another platform perhaps in the actual castle. And then we get a side view of probably the main courtyard and the central part of this map. We see stairs up to the left, and we're obviously coming onto a set of stairs that leads us down into the courtyard. I presume behind where the camera actually is would be where probably the main chamber that you're going to see in a second is. And then we get a view of the actual stairs that we were looking from, so we were standing right in that archway. And then Jason proceeds to introduce the map. I'll come back to what he says in just a second, but the next thing I want you to concentrate on is the ritual platform right here. Rituals are definitely back. We see that further on in the teaser as well. Then Jason talks again. I'll come back to what he says in just a second. And then here is probably the most crucial screenshot or frame that you need to concentrate on. Obviously I was talking about an upper deck that is up to the right, and what we were talking about, sort of the main lower courtyard, what I was just saying that we are standing in, the camera was from, is sort of what we can see at the bottom of the stairs, probably like bang on in the center of the map, and you can see a glow in the archway. That's where the original sort of camera angle was actually looking out from, and I said there was a small set of stairs in front of us and the stairs to the left, and of course I said the laboratory was behind us, and we're going to see that laboratory in just a second. And then it proceeds and we get a nice cinematic swerve of both the upper deck and of course lower courtyard. Then we get a nice another side view, and where that circle is on the top right is where the sort of the camera angle was curling around, just so you know where we actually are standing. And notice just below that glowing circle in the top right, in the bottom right nearly, we have a tunnel with a light coming from it, as if we have to go down into that tunnel. Now this could be just another barrier like we seen in the sort of starting room in Darius and the Giant, where you had to go down and there was a barrier there as well. That's what it could be, or we could actually go under this map as well, but only time will tell. Jason proceeds to talk. I'll come back to it in just a second. Then we get another cinematic swerve in the main courtyard, and as it progresses here we can actually see a well, which is something we've actually never had before, and we can see a wall weapon just on the last level of those stairs. So if we do decide to run away from a horde of zombies, a gun and some ammunition is always good before running up those stairs to escape up onto the upper deck of the castle, so that's always nice to know as well. So yeah, once again moving on, we get a nice cinematic of a zombie walking, or rather dragging himself along, and then we get a look at the laboratory that I've been telling you about. Notice to the back behind all of these computers, what it seems to be is a bit of light coming through an arch. That's the arch that leads us out into the main courtyard that I was saying. Notice in the bottom right we have Speed Cola. That's the only perk that we can actually see in this, and of course we have another wall weapon to our left. And honestly I'd say this is where the main part of the Easter egg will take place. It's definitely a room that like it's gonna take a lot of research going into it, and definitely worth a look around when the map does come out for more storyline significance. And honestly this very room has me sold to get the DLC and grind on it all night and explore it when it does come out. Obviously we have a return for the Gobblegum machine, that was pretty obvious, and of course we have a bit of aesthetics, and here is where it gets really interesting. This is our very first tease for our characters. What characters are we going to be getting for this map? Now, a lot of people, when they seen gloves, they were like, right, Dempsey wears gloves and so does Nikolai, it must be one of them. But notice Nikolai has his cuffs folded back and so does Dempsey, and when the arm is outstretched in this way, you'd have to see the cuffs. But from this image, this frame, this is the best frame, the best angle, we can actually see the full length of the arm, or rather the longest length of the arm, and there is not a hint of any cuff there. I could be over analyzing this. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. This could be, of course, our original 4 characters returning on this map, and this could just be a different skin on one of our characters, or something changed from the previous maps that we've obviously played them in, being the giant. But keep in mind, the only other character that I can recall that actually wears gloves would be the detective from Shadows of Evil. A lot of people thought that they weren't returning. It's a possibility, it's definitely a possibility. It, like, from what we can see, doesn't suit the story, and going back to Der Eisendrache, it seems like our OG4 would be there, which is what I thought of, but honestly I can't match this pair of gloves to any of our OG4. Then again, I could be totally over analyzing, and this could be Nikolai, because I don't think it's Dempsey's hand, and they already teased Nikolai, so I presume it's going to be Nikolai's hand. So are we going to get the return of our original characters? Let me know down in the comment section below. And just to finish out this breakdown, we get a glimpse of an Apothicon language, which is definitely interesting. Then Jason Blundell drops the bomb that there will be 4 new Gobblegums being included in this DLC, which is definitely interesting as well. Then we get a few more cinematics with zombies. Then we get a glimpse of a keeper language. We can't actually make out the symbols on this one. And then, of course, the trailer proceeds to close, where Mark Lamia talks a bit about the season pass and how the first DLC drops in February. Now, if you haven't gone and watched it already, definitely I recommend going over and checking it, and sort of keeping in mind everything that I've broken down, keeping an eye out for anything that I may have missed. And of course, I would really appreciate if you came back, commented anything that I've missed or anything that you think I should look into. And just before we end the video, I just want to let you guys know that I'd probably put my money on the original 4 to actually return in this, because we have a lot of Samantha references and gramophone references and all in this trailer, so I presume that it sort of has links back to Origins, links back to other maps, as Jason Blundell was actually saying. And so I would put my money on the original 4 to return. And of course, we have yellow-eyed zombies and a few Samantha laughs at the very start of this trailer. So that is pretty much it. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all learned something. Smash that like button if you did enjoy, and of course subscribe if you are new, and I will talk to you all in another zombies video tomorrow. Peace out. Thanks for watching.